Hello students, today we'll be discussing another problem on distribution of overheads. So in this problem again, look at this question number 4. They have given Zenith Company Limited as 2 production departments and 2 service departments, and they have given the following data. Now again they have given in this problem, see if you look at, there will be confusion to you. So please don't get confused. There are 2 tables given here. Now they have given some overheads here, and these overheads has to be apportioned. That is power, rent, heating, lighting, insurance, taxes, depreciation. For apportioning these overheads, we have to make use of this below table. So these are basis of apportionment. But whatever they have given in above table, these are also your overhead expenses. But for these expenses, they have only directly done the apportionment. That is primary distribution. They have only done for direct wages to general expenses. So whatever values they have given from the direct wages till your general expenses, same thing we have to copy to our primary distribution table. So problem start ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನೀವು ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ ಹಾಕಿದಾಗ ಇದು ಏನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ವೇಜಸ್ ಇಂದ ಹಿಡಿದು ಜನರಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್ ವರೆಗೂ ಕಾಪಿಡ್ ಆನ್ ದಿ ಸೇಮ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ವೇಜಸ್. ಈ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ವೇಜಸ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ವೇಜಸ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಓವರ್ ಹೆಡ್ಸ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಇಂಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್. ಇಂಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್ ನ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಾವು ಓವರ್ ಹೆಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ವೇಜಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಸಿನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್ ವಿ ಕೆನ್ ನಾಟ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಓವರ್ ಹೆಡ್ಸ್. But whatever direct wages we have paid to service department P and Q, only this has to be recorded in the table. That is 6,000 and 4,000. ಈ 10,000 8,000 x y ಇದೆ, ಇದನ್ನ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. So this 10,000 and 8,000 you should ignore. Then apart from that, all other right from indirect expenses to general expenses or whatever they have given, same thing you can copy paste. So this is with regard to this first table. Now again they have given power and certain expenses here. So for this we have to again find out a suitable basis of apportionment from the below table, and as usual find out the ratio and we have to allocate. So that is about primary distribution. Now again they are given for secondary distribution, they are given expenses of service department P should be apportioned on the basis of number of employees. ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಮತ್ತೆ service department P ಇಂದ production department X Y ಗೆ reapportion ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. That means whatever overheads we get as per primary distribution in service department P, you have to reallocate to department X and Y, and it will be in the ratio of number of employees. So number of employees means here it is 20 and 10 for production department X and Y. So take out zeros from each, it will become ratio will become 2:1. So you have to be allocated in the redistribution of secondary apportionment has to be done in the ratio of 2:1 from department P. So whatever overheads is there in service department Q, that has to be also allocated to production department X and Y, and that has to be done in the ratio of 5:2:3 ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. You ignore that 3, the ratio will be 5:2. So this is what you have to assume. So this 3 you have to ignore for time being. So this is how we have to understand the question. Now let us see how we are solving the problem in a while. Just give me a second, I will explain you how we have to solve this particular problem. Now we have to make the tables, right? We have to make certain columns. First one will be expenses as usual, second column will be for basis of apportionment, third column will be for ratio, and fourth column will be total. So these are common in all the problems. Then again in the problem, whatever departments they give, accordingly we have to make another column. So in this they are given 4 departments X, Y, P and Q. So we are making 4 columns for the department. So this is how we have to write the format. The once you are done with the format, I told you whatever amount they have given in first table, same values you can directly write because they have directly done the primary distribution. So for all these expenses again basis of apportionment is not required because they have only done. So why we need to do, ಅವರೇ ಮಾಡಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ basis of apportionment ಬರಲ್ಲ. So whatever actual amounts they have given, same actual amounts we are just taking down, except direct wages. I told you direct wages for X and Y we have to ignore, only for P and Q we have to consider. So this is first table, what we have to do from first table. Then again they have given certain other overheads which we have to allocate. They have given power, they have given rent, they have given heating, lighting, they have given insurance, taxes and depreciation. So all these expenses what we have to do, again we have to show in expenses column. Then again once it is done we have to find out suitable basis of apportionment. So for rent it will be obviously horsepower of plant and machinery. Then again for rent it will be floor space or area of the factory. Then again for heating and lighting it will be radiator section. So radiator section means where the radiators are kept in order to generate or produce heat. So for lighting and heating in this problem the basis of apportionment will be radiator section. Now insurance, taxes and depreciation. Now just I have already told you and explained, only if they give insurance, that means you have to assume that it is insurance on stock. But here, since the value of stock is not given, that means here insurance will be considered as insurance on building. So for insurance on building, you have to consider the basis as investment on building. So whatever money they have investment on buildings, that will be your basis of apportionment. Again, taxes means taxes on municipal taxes or BBMP or municipal taxes on building. So for that also the basis of apportionment will be again it will be investment itself. So for taxes also the basis will be investment. So for depreciation, I told you if they give only depreciation, it will be on plant and machinery. But you look at the table of apportionment, table of basis of apportionment, they have not given the value of plant and machinery. That means this depreciation, whatever they are given, that is also depreciation on building. So the basis will be again investment itself. So once you get the basis of apportionment, then again you have to simplify the ratio. So if you simplify the ratio, you will get ratio something like this for different expenses. For horsepower of machinery, it will be 7:1:2. For floor space, it will be 5:2:1:4. Radiator section 3:6:2:4. Investment, it will be 64:20:1:15. So this is how we have to simplify the ratios. Now once you know this, once you are done with ratios, you know how to solve the problem. So whatever amount of expenses they are given, rent is 8,000. Sorry, power is 8,000. Rent is 12,000. Heating and lighting is 6,000. Insurance is 1,000. Taxes is 2,000. Depreciation is 60,000. So you have to write down the same values. Now once you record same values, again you know you have to apportion these total expenses based on these ratios. So one I will show, remaining you should only understand. So for department X, it will be 8,000 into 7 divided by, what is the total of 7, 1 and 2? So total of 7, 1 and 2 will be 10. So it will be 7 by 10. So likewise for department X, it will be 8,000 into 1 by 10. Then again for department P, the ratio is 0, so we have to ignore that one. For department Q, it will be again 8,000 into 2 by 10. So this is how we have to apportion the overheads. So if you do like this for all the expenses based on these calculated ratios, you will get certain values, and that will complete your primary distribution, summary your primary distribution table. So once you complete primary distribution, you will get the certain values like this. Now once you get these values, again whatever totals you get for all the departments, these totals you have to just bring it down to secondary distribution. So that will be total as per overheads as per primary distribution. So secondary distribution start ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ first ಏನು start ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, total overheads as per primary distribution ಇಂದ start ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Total overheads as per primary distribution means whatever totals you have got at the end of primary distribution, that is called as total overheads as per primary distribution. So same values you are recording in the respective columns. Now in this problem, which are service departments, which are production departments? P and Q are service departments, X and Y are production departments. So in secondary distribution, what we have to do, whatever amount of value we have in service department P and Q, it has to be reapportioned or redistributed to production department X and Y. So the service department P nalli estiде 17,580. So the 17,580 we have to apportion to department X and Y. So department X and Y ge apportion ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. So how do you apportion? In the ratio of 2:1. So if you apportion the 17,580 in the ratio of 2:1, it will be 11,720. And again for department Y, it will be 5,860. Then again, once you are done with that, department P nalli the 7,580 entire amount is exhausted. That means in department P, whatever amount you had, you have already distributed to production department X and Y, and there is nothing left in service department P. Now whatever you have in service department Q, 32,000, you have to allocate in the ratio 5:2, and you will get these values. So whatever 32,000 you had, you are completely given, so it will become 0. So after doing secondary distribution, the total as per secondary distribution in department X will be how much? 94,897, and department Y will be 39,503. So how did you get this? You have to add all these three amounts. Here also you have to add all these three amounts. So this is how we have to do primary distribution as well as secondary distribution. Now again let us understand question number 5. Now in question number 5, if you look at question, just wait for a while. In this question, what they are given, directly they have only given total as per primary distribution. Total as per primary distribution they have only given. Let me just go back to question. Now look at this question number 5. They have given the following information is available in the books of Arun Industries for the quarter ended 31/3/2013. Now again they have given A 12,000. Actually there is spelling mistake. For A it is 1,20,000. So 10 bittogide, you have to add 10. In typing mistake, it has been it has not been considered. It has not been typed out here. So it is not 12,000. The value is 1,20,000 for department A. For department B, it is 1,60,000. Department C, it is 1,80,000. P is 80,000 and Q is 60,000. So in the same amount, whatever they have given, that is total overhead expenses as per primary distribution. That means in this problem, there is no need for us to calculate or do primary distribution. Directly, they are asking us to do the secondary distribution, and for doing the secondary distribution, they are given for distributing or redistributing for the secondary distribution of this 80,000, which is in service department P. We have to do it in the ratio of 2:1:1, and whatever 60,000 you have in department Q, you have to allocate to service production department ABC in the ratio of 3:2:1. So this is what we are supposed to do. Now you'll understand how to solve that problem also. Now I told you same thing, whatever they have given, how much is department A? I told you in question it is 12,000. 12,000 and ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Actually it is 1,20,000. 10 ಬಿಟ್ಟೋಗಿದೆ. So you have correct ಆಗಿ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬರ್ಕೊಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ it is 1,20,000. And department B it is 1,60,000. Department C it is 1,80,000. Department P it will be 80,000. Then again department Q it is 60,000. So this is how we have to do. So total is to the department A, B, C, P, Q total is to, it is coming to 6 lakh. So in total column, you can write the same 6 lakh. So is the first step. Total overhead as per primary distribution, you are writing down. Then again, there are two departments, service departments P and Q. So whatever amount is there in service department P, that has to be allocated in the ratio of 2:1:1. And whatever is there in whatever overheads we have in service department Q, it has to be allocated in the ratio of 3:2:1. So department P in a list overheads is 80,000. So this 80,000, how do you allocate for A? In the ratio of 2:1:1. So for department A, it will be 80,000 into 2 divided by 4. Then again for department B, it will be 80,000 into 1 by 4. Then department C also, it will be 80,000 into 1 by 4. So this is how we have to do. So after apportioning 80,000, entire 80,000 you have given. That means there will be nothing left in department P. Same way you have to do for department Q. So department Q, you have how much? 60,000. So 60,000 you have to allocate in the ratio of 3:2:1 to department A, B and C. So how do you do? For department A, it will be 60,000 into 3 by 6. Then again for department B, it will be 60,000 into 2 by 6. Then again for department C, it will be 60,000 into 1 by 6. So now whatever 60,000 you have in department Q, entire 60,000 you have given. So there will be nothing left in your department P and Q. So after secondary distribution, the total in the department A is 1,90,000. In department B, it is 2 lakh, and department C, it is 21 lakh. So this is how we have to do secondary distribution. Hope you have understood.